participants who are joining one by one. All right. And let them join. So meanwhile, I can just introduce myself. My name is Shahid Ali Asadi, and I am the operations head, managing partner of a company called ACE Training and Consulting, which is there on your screen now. And we are associated with the Petroleum Engineers Association. And since a long time, we are giving trainings and awareness programs for especially all the safety bespoke courses, especially in the field of construction, in the field of industries, in the field of oil and gas, petroleum industries, and many more. Okay. Apart from that, we have been given training in the field of the first aid. Yeah. We are here associated with big companies like General Electricals. We are there with L&T for different type of trainings. And we are also doing trainings for renewable energy plants. One of them is a company called Coisant, which is again from a multinational company, which is based in UK and US as well. So since 2009, we have started a career in giving trainings. Before that, I was in Middle East working for a company called TUV Nord. We worked there for a couple of years, like 5 years I've worked there. I've been a trainer there. I'm the approved trainer from NIBOSH level 6 body, which is there in United Kingdom again. So NIBOSH IGC, International General Certificate, NIBOSH HSA Health Safety Award. I am a member of IOSH and a grad member of certified grad member of IOSH, which is Institution for Occupational Safety and Health, again from United Kingdom, and a member of OSHA, that is OSHA from United States. These are all the certifications that have been awarded from the international bodies, as well as we have been a part of the lead auditor program called OSHA's Occupational Safety and Health Administration 45,001, which have been migrated from 18,001 and into EMS, that is Environmental Monitoring System. And then we have been migrating since from there to the QMS Quality Management System for the 9001 associated with the quality and services. So all these trainings we give here as a training center. We give all the trainings, bespoke trainings, as I said, international certifications. We also have a international diploma program, which is here for people who want to make a career in the field of safety. A 2 years PG diploma and a 1 year advanced diploma, which covers all the foundation level courses, especially the risk assessment courses, the different types of safety, and the difference between the accident investigation and the incident investigation. So we do all these courses. And thanks Petroleum Engineer Association for giving me a play and a part in giving the awareness program for the people who are from different parts of the globe, letting them join here. The reach of the people is globally, we can say. So I'm very happy and I'm very proud for this moment. And now let's come back to our topic. So our topic, as we said, we have different programs starting from 26th of August. So today's program, we are focusing on a topic which is very familiar in the field of not only oil and gas, but also in the field of, swamps, marshy areas, garbage dumps, lot of places where hydrogen sulfide is used. Let me just say, what is hydrogen sulfide? Hydrogen sulfide actually is a molecular formula called H2S. H2S is a highly toxic as well as an explosive gas, which is found naturally in many places, like predominantly it is found in oil and gas field, as I said, farms, maybe the dump areas, especially garbage dumps. And it is also byproduct of many industrial chemical process, especially the paper industry. Okay, it's a chemical waste that generates this kind of gas. Because of its toxic nature, humans have to be very careful in working in areas which is thin gas and in essentials to have hydrogen sulfide awareness training. When we are working on this field, we need this training as a mandatory. I have been trained here from the central government of India, a training center called Merchant Commander Ali's Navy Merchant Institution, which is there in here in our place in the southern part of India. I've done a certification for 42 hours actually, which was there a live present session where wore all the PPE, which is called the SCABA self-breathing apparatus, and how we need to enter the different type of zones in hydrogen sulfide. If you guys can see me, see my screen, let me just come back to the screen, and here the information is given. So I'll just give you a brief about it because the details course will be presented from 26th. So you must know what exactly we are going to prepare for you and how it is going to work. Now, hydrogen sulfide is the most treacherous gas found in in our IP facilities. It is treacherous because it is not to be seen. Any gas is not to be seen. We know. Okay, the moistures can be, the mist can be seen, but the gases is not to be seen, and it cannot be smelled. We called it a gas odorless. That doesn't have any sense of smell. There is no good or a bad or any worse smell. It is not, you cannot even smell that. In high concentrations, it can kill you. So it's a very dangerous gas wherein you have to be very careful about it. Guys, you're coming from different chemical backgrounds, maybe from safety background. You might be knowing about it, but we go into deep when we take the course content starting from 26. Okay. Now, this course is designed to help you learn, work safely where hydrogen sulfide may be present. It is not only that we wear the PPE, but you should know some basic awareness, basic steps that has to be followed in case that you need to prepare to work in that particular area. So what we need to do, a few things, that is identify important characteristics of what is H2S, including its role in paper making process and IP facilities. Recognizing how H2S poses a significant safety hazard. What it does, once there is a ppm of like more than through 2,500 to 5,000, it takes not only maybe not only 10 seconds to kill the person. The person may die very soon. Multiple lives will come into play. If you see, there are a lot of videos in YouTube which has shown a drastic incident that happened in United Kingdom in way back in 1979. There was a disaster, and then there oil and gas industry actually caught a fire, and from there the gases have released, and you can see the accident is already there. And what again we come to know is recognize how and where H2S may be released, how it can be released in the work environment. And then what we are going to learn in that course is identifying necessary what PPE protections should be worn. See, PPE is just not the last defense line, but it is the first line of defense. After wearing it, it can only avoid direct contact with you. But the thing is, you have the hazard, and you need to think about elimination of the hazard, the first point. If not, then you try to minimize the hazard so that it should be in a reasonable condition to work. You see, reasonably foreseeable risk has to be produced. Identify correct responses to hydrogen sulfide release that can be learned. Now, the course navigation can be of two level of navigations can happen. You may move one page to another, which by not only by we provide you this kind of screen which is there. So what you can do is you can have your running notes. You can have the PPT in front of you so that you can just find this. Now you have a system feedback wherein we give you some type of questions, and the system will give you an answer, an AI generated answer, which is right or wrong. In that way, it will be very interesting and interactive sessions, which can be done by both of us, not only just from one side, because once the training is started, we want you to be involved in this training so that you learn the subject in deep. So you get a course practice, you get a lot of quizzes in that. So in that way, you will be learning. Now, hydrogen sulfide, H2S, is a simple molecule that can be formed under many different conditions you can find, often known as sour gas also. Rotten egg smell. Sometimes it smells like rotten egg. How rotten eggs? It's like very ugly smell. It is like it stinks. Okay. In that way, you just smell it. You won't be able to find it when you smell it. The concentrations are high. If concentration is less than 0.1 parts per million, then only you can smell that. If the concentrations are high, you won't be able to even smell it. Hydrogen sulfide is produced when two atoms of hydrogens are combined. As we know, all the gases are formed in that way. So in that way, we will learn in deep. Hydrogen sulfide is also found as a part of chemistry, pulp, and paper making activities, as we just earlier said. especially the paper making activities like IP mills and all. There are a lot of hydrogen gases has to be involved there. Kraft pulping, these chemicals along with the pressure of steam convert wood chips into pulp, and then the process of conversion produces a caustic byproduct called liquor. So in that way, that is produced. In addition to sulfur compounds, caustic soda acids are also necessary for the craft of pulp process. Acids are also used to adjust the pH and paper machines formation. You know how do we measure the this thing? It is ppm, parts per million. So the gases are actually measured in parts per million. So in that way, we do it. H2S and other non-condensable gases formed during the normal chemical and recovery process at IP facilities. Now, these are few things that we need to be, especially we need to know what kind of hazards are there. And after finding the hazards, what type of precautions or what type of control measures do we have to apply on that particular hazard? Okay. Am I clear, guys? Am I audible to you again? Am I making some sense speaking or it's just the talk that I'm actually trying to run? I want to give you a little awareness of maybe like 25, 30 minutes. You're going to listen to me, but what you take away from here is, okay, this is something very important in our career and we have to learn this. Apart from this, we have a several different list of courses that we are going to learn, and we are going to understand the subject and then apply it so that it makes the world a better place and a safer place to live in. Guys, so just raise your hand saying that yes, sir, we are able to hear you and we are actually trying to get it. Okay. Yeah, good morning. Some sounds very clear. Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, you. Okay. Anybody facing issues of voice, audios, you can just go back, log in again, come back, check your audio settings. You might again come back to this thing. All right, back to our course. The chief danger of H2S exposure, however, comes from an accidental combination of acids, pulp liquors, black, green, or white. Okay. In fact, the leading cause of the H2S releases in the paper mill environment in mixing of accidents and pulping liquors. You know, guys, I actually happen to find my life experience. You might have your different experiences. I was there in Jubail, that is in UAE, and that's the oil and gas refinery areas. You know, there are special, what we say, thermometers, the meters part per million. It indicates that there is a gas which is there released already there in the air, which has to be very highly what we say concentrated in process. We need to wear the we need to wear the SCABA, but there is a shift that is breaking down only in 4 hours to 4 hours in a certain period of time. Just to avoid the long hour shift, the reason is you might be wearing a PPE, but for a longer time, if you are there, if the gas is released, it might deeply penetrate into the bloodstream and it can cause the lung damage. It can cause the cardiac arrest. It can freeze the blood. So these are the few things which are really hazardous. If we are coming back and saying on the H2S. Okay, now I have a question for you. Okay, hydrogen sulfide gas is a byproduct of paper making process. Is that true or false? Okay, can you guys just give me a quick answers chatting in the group? I can just see. The question is in front of you. Come on, guys, I want you to participate in this.
We are getting responses in the chat.
Okay, I'm not getting. I think yes, yes, yes. Okay. Emmanuel says yes. Kaivan says, Badruddin says yes. Okay. Is it
True.
true?
True. They are
Eddie
telling
says
true.
true. You are correct. But hydrogen sulfide is a byproduct of paper making process. Sorry, that was not correct, guys. Hydrogen sulfide is a byproduct of a paper making process. That is correct. So it's just to make you get you out from the hibernation mode. I just click the tab button twice so that people who might be getting bored, maybe just listening to it, oh, what is this? I know this. I'm just repeating this. Or maybe people who are very new to it, oh, I'm able to understand it, but let me grab it after some time. So it is for them. It is for everyone. It is for me. Just to say that, yeah, the questions are already on your way. When you breathe, an area of a brain known as the respiratory controls, what happens? What happens with the gas? What it does in the human body? That is what actually we want to understand. Normally, our brains are single and our lungs can breathe. You know what brain requires? A brain requires 20% of the oxygen that body requires. Okay. If there is less than 20% of the oxygen in the brain, you feel dizziness, you feel sleepy, and especially what happens? Your brain will actually lack of oxygen. It might give you a brain stroke. Okay, your lungs. It has to be you take what happens? What is the process of lungs? It actually pumps the oxygen, penetrates in the blood. The oxygen penetrates in the blood and flow throughout your body through vessels. Okay, when you breathe, H2S molecules of the gas are absorbed into your bloodstream and travel to your respiratory center of the brain because because of the lungs pumping. If if enough molecules are absorbed, then they block the breathing signals, and this area of the brain sends your diaphragm. What happens then? H2S interrupted your brain signals, causing respiratory collapse. What happens when the signals are blocked? Your breathing stops all of a sudden, like cardiac arrest. You go into respiratory collapse. The moment you see that, even you won't even see the closing of the eyes. Just fall like that. You can see the videos in YouTube. It is already there. Collapse, and that can lead to death. They won't be able to come back again. Now, let's see the higher concentration levels of this, just to have a note. According to the OSHA standard, that is Occupational and Safety Health, United States, the standard says here are some of the symptoms and hazards associated with the H2S, different levels of exposures, and then it does not take a long period of exposures to the high levels of H2S and cause significant harm. So what is the ppm level? Between 0.2 to 330, the odor is rotten eggs. You still get an odor. You still get a smell, okay, like rotten eggs. But it is more than 10 hours, several. What happens? What is the effects of that duration? It can, the eyes, nose, throat, irritation, nausea, headache, sleep disturbances, shortness of breath. It all happens. 20 ppm, that is 8 hours OSHA ceiling maximum allowable. This is what actually OSHA allowable limits is there. 30 to 50, several minutes, odor disappears, loss of sense and smell. What happens? If it is more than 30 to 50, then between 30 to 50, you even lose the sense of smell. 50 for 10 minutes per 8 hours, OSHA maximum peak above that is allowable ceiling, that is apart from you wearing the what we say the PPE. 70 to 150, burning eyes, headache, dizziness, and nausea. 220 minutes, only with 200 ppm, 220 minutes, increased dizziness may lead to unconsciousness. Directly, the person can go to unconsciousness level. And then 300 to 500, less than 20 minutes, it may lead to respiratory paralysis and death. 1,000, less than 1 minute, unconsciousness, respiratory paralysis, or death. 5,000, the moment you are there, God forbid, it is gone. Respiratory death or paralysis death. Okay, this is how what we say hazardous it is. This is how the consequences of parts per minute can be. While exposure to the hydrogen sulfide gas is possible anywhere, in some sites, some areas greater risk than others. Where are the areas where we find this hydrogen gas? In sewers, evaporator hot wells, digesters, turbine systems, that is the silosis and the turbine systems, and then non-condensable gas systems. There can be more, some few examples. Okay, in order to protect yourself from exposure of H2S, you need some knowledge about different types of monitoring systems available to prevent exposure. Like H2S monitoring system, they should be, now these are old machines, old photographs, which is being used. Now the machines are actually there, like your mobile phone. Put in place areas, mill H2S gas may be present due to the paper leaking process. H2S monitoring system can be there. Now this is H2S gas monitor, are usually small devices that can turn warm easily without PPE. You can just start it. It is called personal H2S monitor, small one. And then you have respirators, like emergency respirators, like called lollipop type or a back type. Then you can use it. And it is also important you to become aware of the proper responses, how you should release and occur at the work site. So a person should be competent enough and has the H2S training, the SCABA training, and he should know how to handle the CPR, that is the cardiopulmonary resuscitation, how you need to give them in case of any emergencies. And you are fully potential and you know how to protect yourself and your colleague maybe, and speak with your supervisor or safety consent, and then you have a training on that and you're ready to go for it. And you use the mask. There are different types of masks that has to be used according to the PPM, according to the site, according to the area of the site. Speak with your safety contact about the SCABA. SCABA is called the self screening apparatus, self breathing apparatus. Okay, so in that way, you have to wear the SCABA. Employees have their facial that comes out contact with face piece. The SCABA is actually not made for everyone. It is not one size fits all. There are different types. You have to wear your own SCABA in that way. And then what the following general steps have to be donning while doing the SCABA protections. What are those? Step one is open the cylinder. How do you need to wear the SCABA? That is actually shown by the SCABA itself. Now, what happens here, guys? I will show you this as a training. In the training, you will know the steps of all the 5 steps. Now, why I'm showing you the steps is when we give an order of the SCABA, the provider of the SCABA will come to your place at your site. He give you this kind of training. He gives you a mock drill of it, and then he prepares you so that you are ready for it. So there are steps how you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are steps that you are not going to give. You're going to learn in how to use the SCABA. If you cannot get the seal, what you need to do, and then now you again you might be having an information about how to perform a CPR. Again, it is not very easy, I can say, but that needs a tricky kind of thing. You need to be very focused. You need to be proactive giving a CPR. That is a cardiopulmonary resuscitation. The moment the person has lost, when you find there is no breathe, there is no response from the body, you need to start giving the CPR. That is how. So be trained in the CPR. You will know all the basics of CPR also, as well as practicing rescue techniques for H2S stimulated. Each click will give you emergency responses, how you need to get. So what is the first step? Do not rush to the person. Sound first. Why do you do not have to rush to the person? Because he might be actually exposed to the gas. He might fell down. So you need to actually intimate it first and then try to find out with the H2S monitor that if the gases are there. So in that way, you need steps, what you need to do in the steps, how you need to wear it, how you need to give a response and take the emergency person, how you need to give them the exit. All that will be taught in detail, okay, till the time the person is actually medically responded. All right. So guys, I think I have actually given you an overview. It is not the course that we are doing here. In the webinar, we have given you an overview. What actually are we going to learn? So it might sound you interesting that you might learn more in deep, because as I said, they are not only hazardous areas where we go and see the H2S thing, but how you need to protect, how you need to be protected from it, how you need to protect yourself. What are the steps, 5 steps that we provide in risk assessment that you need to find out, and how are we going to control this? So these are some basic things that actually we wanted to discuss in this webinar, so that in upcoming sessions, you might be aware of what actually you're going to get for the sessions. So thank you very much, guys. I think I have played the information on your side. If you have any questions, you can ask the questions, and the deep questions just related to the subject. In core and deep, we go directly from 26th of August. In case you need to understand more, you might get in touch with the admin.